Hi, I'm Bob Srissel. I'm going to take you on the Lake to Sound Trail from Renton to Des Moines in Washington. Let's check it out. We're going to ride from the Lake Washington end of the Cedar River Trail in Renton, through Tukwila, SeaTac, and Burien, to Puget Sound at the City of Des Moines Marina. The route is about 16 miles or 26 kilometers in length. I'll also point out some bike connections you can use. This video was filmed in early 2024, and the trail is not expected to be completed for at least another couple of years, so I'll point out which segments have been completed along the way. Starting at the Renton Rowing Center, we'll ride upriver on the Cedar River Trail. The first part of the paved trail is pedestrian only, so we'll use the road at first. You'll notice that the speed limit here is 10 miles per hour. The speed limit on the Cedar River Trail was lowered from 15 to 10 miles per hour after a cyclist hit and killed an elderly pedestrian in 2010. Take it easy and slow, and you'll be just fine. The first bridge we reach is Logan Avenue, which has a two-way protected bike lane. From here, if you turn left onto Logan Avenue, you can head north and counterclockwise on the Lake Washington Loop towards Renton Landing, Jean Coulon Park, and East Rail towards Bellevue. If you turn right onto Logan Avenue, you can head west and clockwise on the Lake Washington Loop towards Bryn Mawr Skyway and Seattle. We'll continue on the trail and pass under Logan Avenue. Keep left at the fork where the trail splits. Bicycles aren't allowed on the lower riverside path. To cross Bronson Way and enter Liberty Park, you can either turn left onto the sidewalk and use 3 separate crosswalks, or turn right onto the road, turn left onto Mill Avenue, and cross the Renton Library parking lot and bridge. I prefer the second option because it takes less time. At Hauser Way, we'll turn left and then make an immediate right towards Cedar River Park. Underneath Interstate 405, if you turn left, you can continue east on the Cedar River Trail towards Maple Valley. We'll turn right towards downtown Renton and the next segment of the trail. Segment E of the Lake to Sound Trail starts here and is supposed to follow the railroad tracks along Hauser Way. There are no plans for this segment yet, so we'll use a detour as we pass through downtown Renton. Segment D of the Lake to Sound Trail is supposed to follow the railroad tracks through the rest of Renton, but there are no plans for it yet, so we'll have to detour onto 7th Street. 7th Street is unfortunately the most viable direct east-west route through this part of Renton, and I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to use the sidewalk. It has higher amounts of car traffic near the intersection with Rainier Avenue, but it gets a lot quieter after going a few blocks. My personal suggestion: add bike lanes here. At the end of Natchez Avenue, we reach segment A of the Lake to Sound Trail, which was completed in 2020. It runs along the Black River riparian forest and wetland, which features one of the largest great blue heron colonies in the region. Reaching the Green River Trail, if you turn right, you can ride the trail north, towards Seattle. We'll turn left and ride the Green River Trail for a little over a mile, enjoying the views of the river. The Green River Trail intersects the north end of the Interurban Trail. If you turn left, you can ride south on the Interurban Trail towards the Tukwila Amtrak and Sounder train station, Kent, and Auburn. We'll continue right to stay on the Green River Trail. After 2 underpasses, there's a path leading up to Southcenter Blvd. If you keep left, you can continue south on the Green River Trail towards Southcenter and Kent. We'll bear right onto the path and turn right onto the next segment of the trail. Segment F of the Lake to Sound Trail runs along Southcenter Blvd through Tukwila. There are no plans yet to build bicycle facilities on the arterial for this segment, so we will have to rely on the wide sidewalk. Be careful as you cross this 2-lane on-ramp towards Interstate 5. After passing under the interstate, we reach the end of Segment F and continue west using paint bike lanes on Southcenter Blvd. This is the biggest climb on the entire route, about 345 feet or 105 meters over 1.5 miles or 2.4 kilometers, with a pretty steady grade. I used to bike this section a lot when I lived in an apartment here from 2017 to 2021. On the left, we'll encounter the Tukwila International Boulevard light rail station. This pedestrian crossing marks the end of the climb and the highest point on the Lake to Sound Trail. Approaching the north end of SeaTac Airport, the paint bike lane continues, but we'll hop onto the side path. There are some nice spots to watch planes take off and land overhead here, but watch where you're going, because there are some bollards and bumps that can catch you off guard. We next reach Des Moines Memorial Drive and the city of Burien. If you turn right, you can ride north on the paved side path towards the Miller Creek Trail, North SeaTac Park, and a bike lane towards Seattle. If you continue straight, you can ride west on 156th Street towards downtown Burien. We'll turn left onto the side path and the next segment of the trail. Segment B of the Lake to Sound Trail is a side path that runs along Des Moines Memorial Drive and was completed in 2018. The trail here is mostly separated from the roadway, with a majority of the crossings being residential driveways. We reach the end of Segment B at the intersection with Ambaum Boulevard and Normandy Road. Turning left to stay on Des Moines Memorial Drive, we start Segment C of the Lake to Sound Trail. The shoulder here is technically a walkway, and there is a sidewalk on the north side of the road that was built in 2018. This segment doesn't seem very impressive running on the shoulder of an arterial, but after crossing 8th Avenue, we get to experience the best part of this newest section, which was completed in 2023. From here, the last 4 miles or 6 kilometers of the Lake to Sound Trail run entirely on paved trails on a gentle slope downward. We'll rarely have to pedal as we cruise towards Puget Sound. Our last road crossing is at 200th Street. From here, if you go straight, you can head east up a steep hill to reach the Angle Lake Light Rail Station. We'll cross 200th Street onto the last segment of this trail. We're now on the Des Moines Creek Trail, and we'll ride this the rest of the way. Inside of Puget Sound, we'll hang a left and make our way to the pier at the City of Des Moines Marina and the end of the Lake to Sound Trail. Thank you for joining me on this guide to the Lake to Sound Trail. If you want to see more of my content, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time.